Thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast, a no judgment zone podcast that covers lifestyle, entertainment, news, and sports. Even though KC doesn't watch sports, but these are minor details. By the way, he reads tarot cards too. Yes, I really mean it. He reads tarot cards too. And now, the host you've tuned in for, KC Phoenix.
Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host. KC Phoenix. Let me tell you, it's still early in the morning. And one thing I'm going to tell you is that it's too early in the morning for this. Okay, let me tell you how all of this started. I was looking up something on my phone. I forgot what it was. It was about, I think it was either about a PS5 or something. And I was checking via Google. And sometimes what Google will do is they'll tell you what's trending at the moment search-wise. And I had seen something and I was like, this can't be right. I was like, do I really want to look this up? And lo and behold, I did. And yeah, so here we are, me doing this early in the morning. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. And just a heads up, they're cleaning as usual outside. They do a lot of cleaning around this complex. So if you hear something rolling in the background, it's the people carrying the cans and cleaning around, which is good that they are so efficient at keeping the place clean. I will give them that. Even though it kind of annoys me that other people feel the need to litter when there are garbage cans around. I never get that in any city that I lived in, which obviously, you know, I live in Texas now. But even in Los Angeles, you walk on the trail and you see trash everywhere, but also you see garbage cans everywhere. And you're like, dude, it wouldn't take you anything but 2 seconds to put the trash in the trash can. That's what, do you think it's there for decoration? Like, make it make sense. But anyways, let me get back to this. So, for this particular story, I will bring it up on here so I can read it. I'm choosing the Newsweek article, is the article that I decided to use. So, why am I reading this? Why? Like, why? Sometimes I feel like I'm being punished. Why? Woman allegedly breastfeeds cat on Delta Airlines flight. Now, I know some people who are listening to this podcast that may not be watching the video and seeing my lovely visage this morning are saying, Casey, did you say breastfeeding a cat? Not a baby. A cat. Yes, this is in bold print as the title of the headline. Crazy thing is, and I'm pretty sure my longtime listeners, I've mentioned this to you, my Firebirds, the ones who have been listening to my show and watching my show for the videos that I do upload, which I just started uploading videos again, only because of the Spotify video thing. But this is mostly a podcast, listen only type show. But my longtime listeners, I'm pretty sure you know, I have the ability, due to friends and family, to fly pretty much anywhere for free and have been offered and could fly first class if I wanted to and have been offered. I also get discounts on private flying, but that's just, even with the discounts, I'm like, I'm not paying that. I don't care how much of a discount it is. But the thing is that I always tell people when they offer for me to fly for free, I don't really like flying commercial. Now, when that comes out of my mouth, some people are like, oh, KC's stuck up. He's too good for commercial. Da-da-da-da this, da-da-da that. No, not that. That's just me. First of all, my longtime listeners know I've dealt with agoraphobia since 2009 and still deal with it to this day. It's nowhere as severe as it was, but I still deal with it. Second of all, I get irritated. And I'm the type of person, I can be compassionate and I can be patient, sometimes to a fault. However, if I'm able to avoid something, then I will avoid it. Because I'm the type of person where if I can no longer avoid it and I'm backed into a corner, it's not pretty. It really, really isn't. And that's when the darker side of the moon shows. And for those who don't know, dark side of the moon rules the sign of Cancer, which is what I am. So I just avoid the situation altogether. Nonsense like this just pretty much justifies my feelings when it comes to commercial flying. What the hell? Let me read the title again. Woman allegedly breastfeeds cat on Delta Airlines flight. Make it make sense. Because right now I can't. Let's read the article. It says, a woman on a recent Delta Airlines flight allegedly began to breastfeed her pet cat mid-flight and refused to stop after getting caught. The incident allegedly happened during a recent trip aboard Delta Flight 1360, a route that travels between Syracuse, New York, and Atlanta, Georgia. An image posted to social media suggests that the purported cat breastfeeding happened while the plane was headed towards Atlanta, although it is not clear exactly when the incident happened. The image circulating online describes the supposed event in what appears to be a screen capture message or screen capture of message sent using the Aircraft Communications Addressing and Reporting System, ACARS. That's an interesting acronym. Let me say that again. Aircraft Communications Addressing and Reporting System. Try saying that 3 times fast. Which pilots use to transmit short text-based messages to the ground. The message reports that a passenger in seat 13A is breastfeeding a cat and will not put her cat back in the carrier in response to a request from a flight attendant. The message asks that the situation be addressed by the airline's red coat. You know what, Delta? Out of all the names you want to give that team, just for, whoever's in charge of your PR department, send them an email. Red coat isn't exactly the term you probably want to use. Just saying. FYI. But I digress. The airline's red coat team, in quotation marks, upon landing. Delta describes the members of the team as elite airport customer service experts who are specially trained to handle on-the-stop customer issues. Beyond the purported ACARS message, which Newsweek has not independently verified, little other information about the supposed incident was available as of Friday. However, a TikTok account from flight attendant Ainsley Elizabeth appears to refer to the incident with a video posted on November the 2nd, claiming that security met the flight because a woman was breastfeeding her cat. This woman had one of those like hairless cats swaddled up in a blanket, so it looked like a baby. Ainsley Elizabeth said in a follow-up video posted on November 13th. Her shirt was up and she was trying to get the cat to latch, and she wouldn't put the cat back in the carrier, and the cat was screaming for its life. What does she do at home if she's doing that in public, she asked. And then security met the flight just to tell her that she couldn't do it again because it was weird and gross. Newsweek reached out to Delta Airlines for comment. There are no laws that prohibit mothers from breastfeeding their human babies during flights. Delta policy also allows breastfeeding during flights, although it seems unlikely that the policy would apply to breastfeeding a non-human animal, such as a cat. Delta fully supports a woman's right to breastfeed on board Delta and Delta Connection aircraft and in Delta facilities, the airline's policy states. Breast pumps are allowed on board. At the airport, and if you prefer, many airports do private lactation rooms or spaces. Ask a Delta associate if you need assistance locating one at an airport. Although Delta policy also allows pets, including cats, to travel on flights, animals are required to remain inside the kennel with the door secured while in a Delta boarding area during boarding and deplaning, a Delta airport lounge, and while on board the aircraft. Most airlines around the world have also recently tightened policies on emotional support animals, flying after a series of incidents involving passengers demanding that creatures like peacocks, ferrets, horses, ducks, and snakes be allowed to accompany them. Delta no longer allows emotional support animals to fly, following a new rule from the Department of Transportation that states the animals do not qualify as service animals, a category that includes only trained dogs. Why did I have to read this? Why? You know, sometimes I wonder. Now, I don't consider myself to be the most intelligent person in the world. However, I would think that I have enough intelligence to know that if it was really on this woman's spirit to give this cat her milk, which is weird on a whole nother level. And I'm not judging, because this is a no judgment zone, but I do have an opinion. Because who am I to judge? My opinion is it's weird. Why would you give a cat your milk in the first place? Why not? Cats drink cow milk. I've had cats before. They can drink cow milk just fine. Why not prepare some cow milk for the cat, get one of those little small bottles, and give it to the cat that way? But going back to what I was saying just a second ago, if it was really on her spirit to give this cat her milk, why didn't she pump her milk, put it in a little small bottle, and attempt to give it to the cat that way? And they're saying this allegedly happened. Honestly, I don't believe there's an allegedly to this. I believe this really happened. because we already have the flight attendant confirming. Then we have a screenshot, which of course can be doctored. Things can be doctored. Flight attendant could be lying as well. But I mean, Delta commented on it. They didn't say, oh, well, that happened, but about the whole breastfeeding situation. If Delta really wanted to put it to bed, Delta could have been like, that did not happen on our flight. That is a lie. Delta didn't say that. They just went on about their policy about breastfeeding. It's called spin. They didn't say it. So I'm 75 to 80% sure this happened. So going back to what I was just saying, if it was really on her spirit to give this cat her milk, why didn't she just do a breast pump the milk, pour the milk in one of those little small bottles, and give it to the cat that way, even though the cat wasn't supposed to be outside of its carrier, its cage. But let's just X that rule off. Let's just say that rule doesn't exist. Let's say cats can roam free on the plane. If she really wanted to give the cat her milk, why didn't she use a breast pump and put it in a little small bottle and attempt to give it to the cat that way? I'm not saying she was seeking attention. I'm just saying a step was missed in the thought process. That's all I'm saying. A step was missed in the thought process. But again, these are the things that happen on commercial flights. And anybody who flies commercial, God bless you. I haven't flown commercial for quite some time now. Usually I'll drive to the location, and if I can't drive there, I'll more than likely not go. I'm not saying that I'll never fly commercial. I'm just saying that it's pretty damn rare. Pretty rare. Like it has to be a very, very extenuating circumstance where it's like, okay, gotta go commercial. Don't have a choice. But incidents like this, it justifies my reasons, which is one of many for not flying commercial. So yeah, that is the story of the woman allegedly. We're saying allegedly, but I just don't really believe there's an allegedly there. But we're saying allegedly because Newsweek is saying they couldn't independently confirm. But when Delta doesn't just flat out deny it, and then they start talking about, well, we believe in a woman's right to breastfeed, but they didn't say that incident didn't happen. Delta didn't say that. I just read the entire article. Nowhere in the article did Delta say that incident is a lie, is fake news. That incident is fake news being circulated around social media. That did not happen on our flight. Delta did not say that. Delta talked about breastfeeding. It's called spin. So that's why I'm pretty sure this happened. But since it's not independently confirmed, allegedly. That's all I got. Let me hurry up and get going. Oh boy. I can't wait to see what happened during the solar eclipse. Maybe she'll have a eureka moment and she'll figure out next time to put the milk in a bottle and give it to the cat. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.